Come on, man. Tighten up. Welcome to episode 50 of Geno Segers Words of Wisdom, #GSWOW. If you like what you hear, like, share, subscribe, send it to a friend. Maybe they'll get a kick out of it as well, and if you're feeling froggy, hop down there in the comment section and leave your piece. I would love to hear what you got to say. Now let's get it. Former cosmopolitan writer spills them beans.
What? Huh? You can't read?
What do you mean by the beans, Geno? Well, I'm glad you asked. She told the truth about all them articles y'all read back in the 60s and the 70s, talking about you need to be a strong, independent, sexually liberated, all this sort of stuff. All that stuff was made up.
Stupid.
None of it was true. She spills the beans. She blows the whistle. Y'all need to watch this video. I don't normally do reaction videos, but I might need to start doing them because this is a good one. Now she goes on about all of the factors, of course. The one I want to focus on is the feminism and the sexual liberation, the sexual freedom. That's the one I want to focus on. I give you two guesses as to why, and the first one don't count.
How do we get to the point where so many young women today think to be free is to go to college, get a great degree, have a fantastic job, and be as sexually free as possible? You have to understand a bit about how propaganda works. Propaganda isn't just a bunch of lies. Propaganda is very sophisticated. It's half-truth, selected truth, and truth out of context is used not to sell just products. It's also used to sell ideas.
Woo! She's spilling beans, y'all. She dropping nuggets. But y'all bought it. Y'all bought the idea that your freedom was tied to your ability to have sex with whoever you want. I don't know if you can call that freedom. Objectifying yourself is freedom?
Ho!
I mean, okay.
Come on here.
Okay, I mean, if that's... I just think it's a bad idea. I mean, what would I tell my daughter? What would I tell my daughter? Would I tell my daughter to, oh, be sexually liberated, honey. Go out and have sex with as many people as you want. I wouldn't tell my daughter that. I wouldn't tell my daughter that.
You can think about it, but don't do it.
Yet Cosmo was telling your daughter that.
What the hell is the world coming to?
The sexual revolution was fighting for all sorts of sexual freedoms. Cosmo, we pretended that this sexual revolution was a freedom for women. It actually was not. It was actually kind of a slavery.
That truth stings, doesn't it?
One Girly Brown had created a list of rules on how to write for Cosmo. And some of those rules included how to make up stories. I was trained very well to be a good reporter, and then I immediately fell from grace and started writing lies for Cosmopolitan magazine.
Come on now, dawg.
And see, what a lot of people won't consider is the actual money that goes in to having women at the workplace, not taking maternity leave, not having to train somebody while you own maternity leave. See, this whole idea of women's liberation was actually a man's idea.
What?
What?
Come on, man.
It's very well documented that the abortion movement was originally a man's movement, an upper middle class white man's movement. Women today, really in this climate, really have to choose between their job or their child? When you start betraying the truth, it will come back to haunt you. It will get you in the end. And that's why, even though I knew we were making up all these stories, I still got sucked in and thought abortion would be okay. Well, it wasn't okay.
So, if it indeed was a man's idea, then he was looking at it as a way to benefit industry, not the family, not the household. They're looking at it as a way to save money on how not to have to hire somebody else to do the job that this pregnant lady is taking off time for. They were looking at, back then, like she said, back then they were firing people for getting pregnant. Of course that would make you a feminist. I wouldn't blame you. I would not blame you. Times ain't like that now. You get maternity leave now. Back then you did.
Messy structure.
They can't fire you now for getting pregnant. Back then they could.
Messy people.
This whole feminist movement, one aspect I agree with. The other aspect, not so much.
And everything is messy.
But yeah, opportunities, I agree. Every single person in our society should have the same opportunity. I agree. I'll stand on that and I will die on that hill. But men and women are different. I'm sorry. They're just different. Women can't go around giving their body away like that and not suffer any consequences mentally and physically. They can't go around giving away their body like that. They just can't. It's more valuable anyway, ladies. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I will link the full video in the description. Go check it out. It is a very insightful video. You will get a lot of information out of this video. She spills the beans. I'm trying to tell you right now. Go check it out. If you got a problem with it, sounds like a personal problem to me, you might need to take that up with yourself. Don't get mad at me. This is simply the truth according to the world of Geno Segers. Small world, but it is mine.
That's a fact.
I'm getting the hell out of here. I ain't gonna stay here.